I think you guys know me already. But Carolyn, you look very beautiful tonight. I want to give a few thank yous to Carolyn. Growing up, Carolyn used to whip my butt and everything. Big football player. Then he met Carolyn, and he got all into marathons and whatever. He got all skinny. Now when we wrestle, it's an easy win for me now. Also, the first time I really hung out with Carolyn, me and my buddies came down for Preakness a couple years back. And we went to this after party or whatever. And something happened. We're in the backyard, and there was this monster of a human being came out. I thought he was going to eat us. This guy, Big Ed. But Carolyn saved our lives. And from that point, I knew she was a good girl. So, Colin, you've always been a role model of mine. You've always been my hero. Athletically, academically, you always seem to make the right choices. But I think Carolyn was the best choice you ever made. So. So excited to have another sister in the family. Besides laughing because they know why. With Jamie over there, so you have to deal with her now, Carolyn. It's not my problem. But, welcome to the family. Good luck with everything. Congratulations. Love you guys. Chris Cerullo, Colin's best friend, basically a brother of mine. For some reason, he got an A in college class. It was public speaking, so he wants to test it out today. So.
I promise, it'll be quick. That's true, I really only got an A in public speaking. $144,000 later, my parents, I got an A in public speaking. Thank you. It's terrible. That's okay. Anyway, real quick, when Colin first called me up, middle of the afternoon one day, told me they met an amazing girl at a softball game. Right away, it was Golden, athlete, I knew it was going to work. Usually when two guys talk about a girl they just meet, they talk about what she looks like, what's going on with that. All we talked about was Carolyn's arm and her batting stance for about a half hour. I was like, God, I'm sure she has a great arm. I mean, like, good. What does she look like? Anyway. But he started describing her as they started going on dates, started describing her as this beautiful, intelligent, Division I athlete, working at Morgan Stanley. Basically, he was describing himself as a woman. All I kept picturing was Colin in a dress, and I'm like, oh my God, her hips are probably huge, she's jacked, what's going on here? That's a true story, I was like, oh my God. But I met Carolyn. She was absolutely stunning. She was beautiful, so down to earth. She was basically the all-American girl. She was absolutely incredible. And her version of the story was different. I asked, it was incredible how you guys met at the softball game. That's incredible, blah, blah. She goes, yeah, he was really creepy. How do you respond? It was funny to me. I guess Colin was creepy, but whatever he did, it worked. We're here today, so all the stalking paid off. That's good. Anyway, Carolyn, honestly, you came into my life, as an acquaintance, and then a friend, and then one of my most cherished friends. Now, I honestly look at you as a sister. You've made Colin so happy, and it's amazing to see that how happy he is. So, thanks for making him so happy. Real quick, I promise I'm almost done. The next step for Carolyn was to come to the legendary town of Toms River to meet the first family of Toms River Games. So the Gaynor household is not a normal household, okay? You don't walk in and see pictures with family and, Mr. Gaynor holding a fish up at Disney, nothing like that. You walk in, you make a right, and there's Mr. Gaynor standing with the President of the United States at the presidential podium making a speech. That's a true story, literally. Casey's in a picture with Yogi Berra. Jamie saying, "Hey Dad, Joe Torre's on the phone." And that's true, and I can see how that can be intimidating. But Carolyn was perfect, she handled it well, she wasn't stressed, and even Jamie liked her. And if anybody knows Jamie does not like anybody that Colin brings home, I think I've ever brought to the house. She doesn't like anyone. But she loved you, Carolyn. That is huge. Real quick, Colin. I'll go real quick on you, man. What can I say? It's the end of an era, Kyle. You go through life and you go through spurts with friends. And the cool thing about Colin was we never went through a spurt. We were always just friends from 9 years old all the way till now, which was amazing. But real quick, the first time I actually got drafted to the Red Sox Little League, I didn't know what I was getting myself into. Mr. Gaynor and Colin, this is how I knew Colin had my back. Mr. Gaynor pulls up to my house for practice in this beat-up blue van that I honestly thought I was either going to get kidnapped or we were going to go to the field. And I open the door up, Mr. Gaynor's got a Budweiser in his hand. And I got my little bat bag, and Colin opens the door up, and he's in a lawn chair because there was no seats in there. And Colin looked at me, and I knew we were going to be best buds. He looked at me and says, "It's okay, man, just hold on." So I held on, and it worked out. That's true. I'm not making any of this up. I promise you, this is it. But we've been through a lot together. We've been through so much. Colin broke his hand his senior year for the prom. He broke his hand. Mr. and Mrs. Gaynor were away. He needed to shower and get changed for the prom, and he decided to call me. And I'm not going to get into details, but our friendship went sky high that day. We're going to leave it like that, man. I'm not going to say anything else about that. Okay, but honestly, in closing, a lot of people admire Colin throughout our town, through our state. A lot of people knew him around the nation, for his athletic ability, his intelligence. He was basically the all-American kid. But the best thing about Colin was, and I can describe him in one word, is humble. Colin's the most humble, most generous person you'd ever meet in your life. And I'm so happy that I had a chance to, be his best friend, continue to be his best friend. And I wish you and Carolyn all the luck in the world. The happiness and health forever, Colin and Karen. I love you both.